All right, welcome back to the Amazon project. We got the 122 in the shop now, and the order business tonight is to get the transmission pulled out of it. Shouldn't be too hard. I've done it once already, but this transmission wants to jump out of fourth gear anytime you give it any sort of power, which is actually the same symptoms this transmission had. But it's very definitely the transmission and not anything else going on. Like, you can feel it in the gear shifter. This one was actually not as bad as the last one. Unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be a way to determine whether it's going to be good or bad before you put it in. You just slam it in and hope for the best. But yeah, luckily there's a guy right across the hill from us in Hayesville who specializes in classic Volvos. Actually, I met him, gosh, I must have met him 7-8 years ago, if not longer. He does air-cooled Porsche restorations to pay the bills and make ends meet, and then he does Volvos because he likes them and he thinks they're cool. He has a huge stash of parts and tends to give very fair pricing on stuff to locals. So yeah, we're going to see him tomorrow. Actually, I have to go out to Murphy for work anyway, so I got to drive right by his shop. It works out nice. Maybe we'll shoot a little quick video while we're there. I'll show you what's up with that. But yeah, let's get this thing up in the air and get the transmission pulled up. So I'm down here trying to set up for a shot of pulling the transmission out, and I look down here and I'm like, oh man, that's a lot of oil. Maybe I should do the rear main seal. And then I smell it and realize that it's gear oil running back off of the transmission here. So honestly, probably not a bad thing that this is coming out, because that's a lot of oil to be hemorrhaging out of a manual transmission. So yeah. Well, the last little bit I intended to do as a time lapse. Instead, I did it as a video, so that's cool. Anyway, transmission's out now. It's leaking badly. Looks like it was from the speedometer drive. I left the bell housing on, one, because it's easier, two, because the rear main seal actually doesn't really seem to be leaking, at least not dripping out. So we're just going to leave all that alone. And I mean, I've driven it, the clutch seems fine, so we're leaving that alone as well. Yeah, so transmission's out. That's the end of the road for this guy, and pretty much the end for tonight. The next bit is going to be putting a replacement transmission back in. Well, it occurred to me after I'd already separated the drive shaft that I should probably film this part too. So I've already taken the drive shaft apart, is a slip fit. It took a fair bit of hammering to get this out of there, but we got it. The center support bearing is not great, not terrible, but that's a shitty thing to have fail, and the drive shaft is out anyway, so we're going to replace it. Looks like there's this locking tab here. I'm just bending that out of the way. Yeah, this is an old railroad spike. I use this sometimes because even though it's sharpened to a point, it's not really hardened steel, so it's harder to like cut things with it. Tends to do a better job for stuff like that, and it's a little bit off axis here as well, so it's I'm struggle busting a bit. I'm gonna go to a smaller chisel just to bump this out of the way the rest of the way. There we go. Okay, now nice, good. We're gonna try and break this loose. Don't know if I'll be able to do that with an adjustable or if I'll have a pipe wrench or what. I don't think I have a socket large enough for that. Somewhere I have a simple wheel, like axle sockets. All right, pipe wrench it is. Oh, wow, that wasn't even tight. I mean, it was snug, but it wasn't like tight. Okay, cool. That was easier than expected. Somebody's obviously been in here a time or two before. Looks like they had some difficulty there. Cool, that's off. Backing plate, spacer. Let's see those under there. Oh, and the bearing just falls right off. Cool. Okay. So yeah, not great, not terrible. Ooh, actually, pretty terrible. We'll get another one. So apparently, instead of filming me pressing the bearing out on the press, I hit record after I was already done. But it was nice and easy and came right out smoothly, so no big deal. Alright, so because I'm a Neanderthal, I'll forget how this goes together. So I'm just going to stack all this back on here in the order in which it came off until the new parts arrive. So, oh, that key? Oh, that's key. Okay. And that on. Alright, good to go. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for tonight. The transmission is set on the ground. We got the drive shaft on the bench over there. I ordered some parts, you know, U-joint, center support bearing, plus just some maintenance items for the motor, thermostat, hoses, you know, oil filter, that kind of thing. So we'll do some kind of basic stage 0 maintenance on the motor when those parts come in too. We'll go by Dave's tomorrow, hopefully have time to shoot a quick video, a little walk around at his place. He's always got interesting stuff out there. I don't know if Dave himself is going to be there, but maybe the guys in the shop will be poke around a little bit. But yeah, that's been a nice little evening worth of work on the 63 Amazon. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep posted on what we're doing with the car here. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you when we see you.